Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. As you may have noticed, last week there wasn't a video because this painting took me a while to finish because of all the detail that was involved. This is part of my colorful watercolor series, which is a combination of watercolor and ink. But instead of using black ink, I decided to focus on the white areas in this piece. Before I get into detail about this painting, I would like to announce that it might be a while before I post a new video. I recently started two of the bigger projects that I was planning on doing, and it's gonna take me a while to finish. I am also going on a 2-week holiday in which I am not able to focus on my art, of course, and therefore there will probably not be a video until mid-July. And now back to this painting. As with every painting, I start out with an outline and then I place in my first layer of watercolor. I completely steer away from the original colors in the photograph. I just use colors that I like and only pay attention to the lighter and the darker values. After the first layer has dried, I start working on a little detail. Normally I would have drawn in the features with black ink, but this time I used black watercolor with a mixture of purple instead. I used this technique because I wanted the focus to be on the white outlines of the branches that you will see later. I had left these parts of the branch white because I hadn't figured out yet what I wanted to do with it. After the raccoon was done, I decided to just use the same colors as I did for the rest of the branch, but since I added them later, they're a little more sharper and therefore they get a little more focused when you look at it. And to make them really stand out, I made the background even darker. And here I am adding an extra layer of detail for the raccoon. I tried to place the reference picture into the frame so you guys could see it, but unfortunately the picture was reflecting the light and making it very hard for me to see it when it was lying down. So therefore I placed it right in front of me, and I'm sorry, but now you can't see it. And then I had to start the most tedious part. This took me ages to finish. I had to just draw in a lot of detail, and it's not even that detailed, it's just hatching that I use. And to give this piece more depth, I went in with a little bit of extra watercolor. I also realized for the first time that the Uni-ball white Signo gel pen that I'm using is not always that great. Sometimes the ball inside of the pen would stop rolling. I don't know why, it got clogged or something, but it was really hard for me to finish this piece because of that. The pen is great to put in little details, but not as big as this one. From time to time I also used white gouache to make areas even whiter because the pen just didn't work as well as I was hoping. This gel pen was a substitute for the white ink that I used in the past, and since that one had dried up, this was the only thing that was left for me to use. So I will definitely go back to just using white ink instead of this Uni-ball. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you back in July.